Good evening. It was described as a huge challenge, how to support the 1,700 workers at the Ford's engine plant in Bridgend who face being out of work. A new task force has met for the first time since the car giant announced plans to close the site completely. Representatives from the company met politicians and union representatives to discuss what they can do to help. Our business correspondent Brian Meehan reports.
It's been almost a month since Ford workers faced the worst news possible. The plant was to close with the loss of 1,700 well-paid jobs. A huge blow not just to the people employed at the Bridgend site, but to the local area. And the community has responded, including a male voice choir expressing support through song outside Ford's HQ in Essex. This morning saw the first meeting of the Ford Task Force, set up by the Welsh and UK governments. Its chair, Professor Richard Parry-Jones, a former executive at Ford, says staff couldn't be blamed.
It is in no way a reflection on the world-class workforce that exists in Bridgend or on the state-of-the-art facilities.
The task force will focus on helping workers find new jobs and suppliers find new opportunities, as well as supporting the local community. This recruitment agency is already making preparations.
We're in the process at the moment. We're putting together a programme, as I say, a plan. So we'll be speaking to the workforce and finding out the things that they need. There will be sort of different things that different employees will need in terms of advice and where to go and what to do in terms of the next steps.
With an average wage of £45,000 a year at Ford in Bridgend, these jobs won't be easy to replace. The task force is also looking at trying to bring in investment from other companies, which could mean breaking up this huge plant into smaller parts.
My ambition is about attracting further investment to this site. Last year I was in Shenzhen in China talking to manufacturers about this specific site. So this demonstrates that we haven't just started. There's been work going on for quite some time. I work closely with the Welsh Government in seeking to attract investment here. It is a great site.
Similar task forces have been seen as successful in the past. The deal to save the Merco oil refinery in Pembrokeshire was so close, a marquee had been erected to celebrate. The Merco task force helped find alternative training and employment when the deal collapsed. Critics say Wales shouldn't rely on attracting global companies that can leave at any time with little warning. The Economy Minister dismisses the idea that the Welsh Government should avoid that kind of investment in favour of only growing Welsh companies.
The key thing is that when we draw in investors from overseas or from across the UK, essentially from outside of Wales, that we plant their roots as deeply as we possibly can. And you do that by ensuring that the skills that are being utilised can't easily be replicated elsewhere, and that access to research and development institutions, again, are not available elsewhere.
Engines will continue to come off the production line at Ford Bridgend until the autumn of next year. But the work of the task force begins in earnest now.
Brian Meehan reporting there. Patients waiting to be assessed at Wales's biggest hospital were left in chairs for up to 20 hours, with some in pain and without proper food or drink. Those are some of the findings of a highly critical report by health inspectors, which ordered managers at the University Hospital of Wales in Cardiff to make